Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Peaky Blinders. This is season 1, episode 3, and what a handful of episodes it's been already. I cannot wait to see what happens with Thomas Shelby, Billy Kimber, and the others.
Well, Freddie decided not to leave, so I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see the ramifications of that.
I think we're far enough into the season for me to make a formal apology to anybody who suggested this, and I said, nah, I don't think so, because I am absolutely loving it. But on the flip side of that, I get to watch it with all these guys for the channel. So
Wish the feeling was mutual.
It worked out well that I that I put it off. So.
I ain't scared of Kimba. Let's go!
See the age of that one guy? Definitely no retirement age.
Yeah, not really a fan of digging coal in formal wear, but that was the style.
On a gathering storm.
I like how they put the beer in a bucket and you just scoop it out with your mug.
We should do that.
That's a nice touch they did.
With water. Whiskey and 3 glasses, please.
Scotch or Irish?
Irish.
I've decided not to go to the races. Not unless you give me another £2 10 shilling toward the dress.
I've already given you 3.
How much did you pay for the suit you will be wearing?
Oh, I don't pay for suits. My suits are on the house, or the house burns down.
So you want me to be looking like a flower girl?
What I want makes no difference.
You're one.
What are you dressing up for?
Reverse Diamond Dave.
It's not
Peaky
me
Blinders.
you're dressing up for.
I gotta write that down. It's on the house, or else the house burns down.
I mean, how do these guys get anything done with as much as they drink?
They'd just be drunk all the time.
It's 7:15 in the morning. They gotta.
Concerns the factory down the road at the BSA. Big old place like that, rumours get started. Rumours that there was a robbery. Guns, Mr. Shelby. A serious amount of guns.
And what business is that of mine?
Some say there was word from the Proofing Bay. It was the Peaky Blinders who took them.
Your night shift must be dreaming.
Maybe they are, maybe they're not. That if you were to hear about the whereabouts of said items,
It was said items.
we'd pay good money.
You have good money.
We have the collections from the pubs.
You have good money.
I'm not.
The people of Ireland, the Irish Republican Army.
There we go.
There it
In
is.
fact,
The IRA.
Somebody should tell Jax.
oh Father, why are you so sad on this far off distant days when being
This is going to end bad, isn't it?
Or the razor hat.
That's what I was just thinking.
Just one smack.
the
Yeah.
Bravo.
when his story was made.
What's about what? I'll let you know.
I long to see the boy.
Maybe he just got drunk real fast.
Well, he did slam those drinks.
Oh, they're Irish.
That was full.
And what did my countrymen want?
Oh, they're nobodies. They drink of the Black Swan in Sparkbrook. They're only rebels because they like the songs.
Their accents were so thick, it's a wonder you could understand them. Next time I could translate.
You'd work for me.
I thought I already was.
So you are coming to the races. £2, 10 shillings. Buy something red. To match his handkerchief.
Whose handkerchief?
Oh.
It's like right when she gets there where she thinks she knows, and then he just throws that little curveball.
There's our guy. Oh, boy.
Freddie.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Freddie.
That's your guy. I think he's screwed.
Well, I think that's Ada coming, and they're gonna go get married.
Iddo, what the hell?
I dared myself to run through their territory in my dress.
Are you mad?
Yeah, mad as hell with all of them.
I love you.
The more they try and stop us, the madder I'll be.
Come on, Princess. The vicar's waiting.
Wait, how do I look?
Like an angel.
Here's the guy that got put in his place.
What do we know about the Black Swan? An operative has provided intelligence that it is a place where IRA men gather.
It's just a lot of drunken navigators singing songs, sir. The IRA wouldn't go near them.
Then why are two of them looking to buy guns?
Do you have names?
Will she do everything for you?
She, sir.
One female operative has proved more useful than any you great lumps of man.
Regular police officers, not spies. We can only act when a crime's been committed. Perhaps I should send some men down to the Black Swan to ask questions.
And scare them all into hiding.
Exactly.
My tactics come from my experiences in France.
Ooh.
Most of my great lumps of men served in France too, sir.
Did you?
My country, every day. That'll be all, Sergeant.
Everybody's needling him with that.
They sure are, aren't they? They are not going to let that guy forget.
You wanted to buy pieces? It looks like he can barely stand right now. Oh.
What's great about this color, the color grade they do, is because everything's black, so everybody just pops. Horses, the
Yeah.
folks, you know, some of the wall right there. Cinematography's great.
Yeah. It's like when we first saw the horse in the other episode.
Have you guys seen Tag, the movie Tag with John Hamm and
No, I
Etta?
haven't.
No.
No, oh, you two haven't? Okay. She's in there. So we'll have to get you guys to watch it.
You'll love it. It's a good movie.
Oh, it's got John Hamm.
Jeremy Renner, Ed Helms.
Oh.
It's got a good cast.
Fancy me, dear. What are you? Copper.
Oh. Oh, dude.
I've seen your face serving at the garrison.
Oh.
Come here.
Oh.
On behalf of the Irish Free State.
Oh, she got her own piece in her purse.
Yep. Remember he gave her one.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Now things are gonna get messy.
Oh, no.
Yep.
And who's watching?
Yeah, is somebody watching or is that just the camera view? But
A lot of the folks are kind of disappointed you don't recognize her.
Oh, yeah, from Potter.
Ada and Freddie Thorne were married today.
Just in a different
They defied your
zoned out
orders.
mindset
They
here.
haven't left the city. I'll deal with it.
Looks a little different, though, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit.
but
Freddie's comrades have safe houses. Why do you want to know?
I want to send them flowers. What do you think?
Would it be so bad if they stayed?
I promised I'd run Freddie out of town.
Promised who?
I told the coppers Freddie wouldn't come back. It was part of the deal.
What bloody deal?
oh yeah.
If you let me deal with Ada and Freddie, it'll end in peace. Christ knows you've had your fill of war.
You get Freddie out of town, Paul. Or else I'll deal with him myself.
Yeah.
That's that.
Dude, I can't help but think that she would have been a great addition to Sons as like Gemma's sister.
Could see that.
She's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm thinking the old spy has never had to do any of the
Yeah.
dirty work she just did.
no wet work, I believe they call that.
Well, or, you know, this is like her first encounter like that, too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got the blood on her
The
hands.
good thing is, in 19 whenever, there's no DNA running of blood samples.
But it was interesting that the guy from the IRA like made her right away, saw her at the garrison, asked if she was with the cops.
Oh, and so she kind of had to take him out, or else she
The
would have
victim
been
had
probably
been
taken
drinking in the
out.
Black Swan pub, sir. The pub that you told me about. And the neighbour said that she saw a young woman leaving the streets where the body was found.
Oh, whoopsie.
The neighbor.
I was wondering if there was a connection. Well, you said that your spy was a woman, sir. I wondered if there was now a policy. Shoot to kill. Like there was in Belfast.
The Republicans are famously factional. He was killed by one of his own. I'll be all, Sergeant.
Pretty sure he knows that.
Just that's what happened.
What the bloody hell is she doing here?
£200, Freddie.
For what?
For a honeymoon that goes on forever.
You have to leave the city.
You think I can't handle Tommy Shelby?
You can't. I'm having trouble these days and I'm twice the man you are. I booked you both tickets for the next boat from Liverpool to New York.
America, Freddie. They've already had their revolution. You won't have to bother.
Oh, his ego is just running wild. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
Would you ladies at least let a man sleep on it?
If he wasn't being forced to go, he'd probably go on his own. But because he's being forced, he doesn't want to.
Nah, this is all ego by him, dude.
And with him trying to be...
Well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want to be told what to do by anybody.
Oh, look at that guy just leaning on an umbrella like it's no biggie.
Well, their meetup.
You had no business.
Well, dude, it was either her life or that.
Yeah.
Cheltenham's tomorrow.
You take too much upon yourself. Grace, the death of a base Fenian doesn't concern me. Your welfare does.
I know that because of our family connections, you take my progress personally. But I don't need you to be my father.
Ooh, jeez.
They would be thinking of you.
Oh.
What do you hand over? A few more rounds?
I think so.
Mr. Shelby, sir.
Suzanne.
And that suit is sold, sir. It's being collected this morning.
Billy Kimber.
Please, gentlemen, no fighting in here.
It's all right. So come as a friend. Collecting a suit for Cheltenham is very nice.
How the bloody hell do you know?
I know a lot of things, Mr. Kimber. And as I told you before, I know the Lee brothers. And I know they're going to be at the Cheltenham races as well.
Yes, well, they're going to lose a lot of money on fast women and slow naps.
They're planning on showing up in numbers and robbing your bookies, running chalk and rafflers.
You think I can't handle the Lees?
Just a word of warning from a friend, that's all.
If you are coming to the races, bring that pretty barmaid of yours.
Already invited.
Comrades,
Oh,
as you
boy.
know, to even gather like this today is illegal.
Do you hear that, boys? The same whistles they used to blow to send us over the top, they now blow to try and break us up. So before the specials get here, raise a hand to all those who want to strike.
Oh, boy.
Jeez.
Tommy! Oi, Tommy.
What the hell's been happening?
The police have just raided a rally at the factory. You think you've Freddie Thorne's back?
I know he is, and he's with Ada. How hard can it be to find the only girl in Birmingham with 4-inch heels, eh?
Tommy, you best have a word with Arthur as well.
What's wrong with bloody Arthur?
He's got the Flanders blues again.
Flanders Blues.
No. Oh, boy.
Should we assume that was full at one point?
Well, they don't grab empties.
People keep asking me questions that I don't know the answer to. Is it you, Peaky Blinders? Who stole the guns from the BSA? What guns, Tommy?
I thought after your meeting, I thought you needed a break.
What bloody guns, Tommy?
Well, the less you know about that, the better, right? Wouldn't that be?
You've had a hard time these past few years, God knows you have. You deserve some rest. It fell off a wagon into our laps. All you need to know is, it's us that has the machine guns now, and it's them that's in the mud. Right?
God, the war references are heavy, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I have a surprise for you. Come on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, tie that tie.
Yeah.
When Tommy says there's a surprise, I'm always like,
Yeah, you're worried.
Surprise. Where is she? What is it you've always wanted, Arthur?
He's got a red handkerchief.
Yep.
When we were in France, you used to say, when I go back to England, I want to own my own pub. Well,
Now you've gone soft.
we're making a lot of money these days. We need a legitimate business to pass the money from the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Saul taught
comes
us that.
You
launder.
spend 2/3 of your life in pubs. Just pour it. Instead of
they know
drinking
better
it.
call Saul there.
Yeah. Better than a car
You
wash.
can still drink it, all right?
Your pub. You do what you want.
He's gonna drink the profits.
Sure, they gave him a fair price for it.
A bloody flop.
Bloody kids. Think the other ones punch you as well.
This guy.
Some rabble-rousing union man brought the BSA out on strike. It's Freddie Thorne.
Thought you promised he wouldn't come back. I know he's in town. I'm dealing with it.
I heard that Freddie married your sister. Some family you've got, eh? Bet you go and wait for
pushing 'em.
Christmas.
Oh boy.
Deliver Freddie Thorne to us. We'll take your sister in as an accomplice.
Oh shit.
I'll say good night then, Tom.
Dude, all I can think about is that he's thinking like, all right, I'm getting rid of Freddy.
Drink this first. I have to find them if you're going to kill each other. Wait. What's going to come home?
We need to talk.
Easy on the
Yeah.
trigger there, pal.
What exactly is it that you want, Freddie?
Came to tell you. That's not gonna work, Tommy. Polly came round. She gave me that.
Your honesty is appreciated. Now, if you're not going to use that thing,
I'm not finished.
Sit down. Sit.
You don't.
Talk to me about the guns.
do you remember we used to jump in here and see who could swim across the
I'm here to talk business, Tommy.
Do you reckon we could still do it?
That's all it took. It's eye off the ball.
They both could
You
have.
loaded Ada with your because she's a Shelby. I won't let you fuck up my sister's life for your cause.
I love her, Tommy. She loves me the same.
No.
Do you even know the word?
Oh. This marriage will not stand.
That was the best case scenario there.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Freddie didn't want your money. And now the coppers are saying that if we don't turn Freddie in, they'll put Ada on the arrest warrant as well. That's where your compassion gets you, Paul. From now on, we do it my way.
Oh, what?
Or what?
I like how she kind of was like, I'm going to do it and see what happens here.
Yeah.
Get that
Oh
sigh of
boy, it's a
relief.
flashback.
There's Freddie and already forgot his name.
Hard lead.
Watch yourself, Danny.
Danny, that's who it is.
Be careful, Danny.
Yeah, I wonder what Danny's doing now after he's got off that boat.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Somebody's picking through it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Germans are on the other side of the tunnel.
Oh, it got through.
Got through pretty quick. Oh, Freddie took one.
Oh,
that's not.
Tommy! Tommy! It's open.
Jeez, there he is.
What's he doing back?
My name's from London.
I was in a pub. It's called Mother Redcap, an Irish pub. I got talking to some old bloke about Birmingham. He said there's been trouble. An IRA man shot. He said a lot, but the only bit I heard was that their high command think it's the Peaky Blinders who shot him.
Oh boy.
They gave us the worst job, Tommy.
And we've been volunteered. Sometimes it lasts all night. And I pray the sun will come up with the curtains before they break through. No, I don't pray. I hope. And sometimes it happens. The sun beats them.
This is wild.
The shovels beat the sun.
Man, just that sound.
I know, that's that was intense. At least we get a little bit more into his mindset too.
Well, might as well finish that off. Oh.
Yes. I will do my duty, sir.
Can you hear what I hear, babe?
Now, this is really the first time we've seen him emotionally vulnerable.
Your sister was here. She was worried, you and Freddie. You didn't meet her sick. She said you keep everything locked up.
That's what men do.
Men should talk too. Men always tell the troubles to a barmaid. What is it you and Freddie are fighting over?
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you just tell me your secrets?
I'll meet you here at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So you're not going to get him that easily.
They both got him.
Got him.
Oh, that was cool. That was nice. That was nice. They showed that shot. Yeah. There was one missing.
He's good with motors, but it pains him.
No heart in motor cars. I can't talk to them.
Yeah. Lee's will be all over the track. And Kimber's men. And his coppers, they control the law down there, Tommy. This car only seats 4. You'll need more men than that if you're to come back alive.
It's just me and the girl.
Is it just the two of us going to the races?
Something like that.
Something.
Oh, that'd be cool driving that around, though.
This is what's known as your final briefing before going over the top. 60 miles down that road is Cheltenham racetrack. Johnny, what's our mission, boy? To stick it to the Lee family, Arthur!
What about Kimber's men? Thought he had his own protection.
Kimber's let his troops go rotten. They're on the take from the Lees to look the other way.
Oh.
Oh.
We're going to show Kimber how it should be done. Now take what you're good at. Those of you with guns, keep them out of it. Unless a gun is pulled on you, we want this done quietly.
Jesus.
Makes sense.
Yep.
You're in Tommy's army now, boys.
Jeez. Oh, nice.
Just only kin. Let's go.
This is gonna get wild.
Oh, show them how it's done.
You're lucky you're with me. You'd be wasting your money on fixed races.
I always wondered, how do you fix a race?
How should I know? You got lost when you went to look for the boy riding a horse. Dandy flower. If they ask about me, say that I'm Prussian. Don't speak a word of English. Come on, Boschko. Earn your £3.
You think it's a test so that he can see if she knows how to be undercover?
Lady Sarah, Connemara, will you dance with me?
Oh boy, lines are getting blurred here, gentlemen.
Blurred is in the air.
I think Tommy knows exactly what she's up to. I think.
Yeah, well, remember
so with the word of the IRA guy getting taken out, he was just in the bar. He's a little skeptical of her to begin with.
There's the real guy in charge.
The Peaky Blinders are here.
I told you, Mr. Kimber. He's got some balls, that one.
And she's got some body, that one.
Oh, it's the one you said you wanted.
Matching a handkerchief.
Here, I thought it was Arthur. No, it was Billy. That's why you went and looked at the
suit.
Chuck, we all had £5 a stick. It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh boy, Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Business.
Lee's trying to rough him up. Oh! Just keeps going.
Oh, here comes the hat.
Oh! He cut his ear off.
No more choking on Billy Kimber's boys. Right?
Oh.
We're the protection.
Oh, it's squirting out.
Oh!
Nice dress. Can wear that to my pub.
What's the girl, Lady Sarah?
Make a delivery to Billy Kimber
Yep,
here.
throw it right on his table.
Yep.
Your money, Mr. Kimber. I want to suggest that from now on, you contract out your racetrack security to the Peaky Blinders. In return, you give us legal betting pitches at every race meeting north of the River Severn, rising to 6 after 1 year if we are all satisfied with the service.
Oh, okay.
I say you talk business to my accountant. I want to dance.
Well, the accountant.
That's pretty much a yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we all know who's running it.
And that's what she was there for.
Like he said, he's the face, and the accountant does pretty much 95% of the work.
We have contacts with good people among the gypsies. We'll always know when the Lees plan to attack. With all the strikes and troubles, can't really depend on the police.
Looks like you two are making a deal.
We are making progress.
That's what everybody says.
Condition into the mix.
Oh boy, what is his small condition?
Her?
I'm wondering if that's what it's gonna be.
It's about 5'7" in a red dress.
We're gonna go for dinner at Kimber's house. I've some business to settle first with this accountant, so you go on ahead with Kimber.
Oh no.
You said you wanted to work for me. To do that, you have to sharpen up. The deal is, I'll give him 2 hours with you. He thinks he's a ladies' man. He thinks he can seduce you. If you want to be part of my organization, you have to make sacrifices.
That's that.
Okay.
Wow.
As a sweetie, you can try your luck with mine.
Yeah, we have a deal.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Side bet, £10 is over f***ing one.
Side bet.
Why don't you teach me how to dance properly? You ever been in a house this big?
Let me guess, you own a dealership too.
Yeah.
Oh look, I've dropped something. Pick it up.
Pick it up yourself.
You're a f***ing barmaid. If I drop a glass on the floor, you pick it up. I want to watch you pick it up.
This is not going to go well.
Right, you listen, slake. I tried something, right? Yeah?
Oh, no.
If I drop a glass on the floor, you bend over.
Uh-oh.
Have the f***ing glass. Okay. What?
No, sir, no.
What are you doing here?
Mate, she looks good on the outside, but she has the clap. We shake hands and forget this ever happens.
Never expected that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Start of the day, I was Lady Sarah of Connemara.
Oh,
By the end, I was with the You're a bastard offering me like that.
That's why I came back.
But then you change your mind.
Our love story's back on.
Why did you change your mind, Thomas?
Took a hard right there for a second. Straightened out.
No answers. You get no answers from Thomas.
Kimber looked at me wrong.
Wow.
That's why they
what a
ended.
banger.
Love it.
Hey, I am happy that did not happen.
Yes.
That was, wow.
Well, I was thinking what's going to happen when she blows away Billy Kimber on his own pool table. That's what I was thinking.
She was that close to
That would have been a
sayonara.
I mean, that was going to happen. No
that
doubt.
was definitely on its way.
And again, Thomas Shelby has to be one of the hardest characters to read in a movie or TV show that I think we've done because he's not intimidated by anyone partly because of what he's been through in the war. Not afraid of anything. Nobody intimidates him. Yet he's able to plan ahead and make the best of lucky situations that happen to him. Because again, the only reason he has the guns is because the guys were drunk and grabbed the wrong box. And he's been making the best of every situation that he's in. And you start to think, maybe he's a little bit in over his head. And then, he has a plan for it. I really liked how they had this scene where he came in and just dumped all the money on Kimber's desk, and it's just the casting for this is so incredible because obviously Cillian Murphy has that look, right? He gives you that look and stares right through these guys, and Billy Kimber, just the casting of that guy, no offense to the actor by any means, but they did an amazing job of making him kind of look like a goof, right? Like this guy's not even in charge of his own operation. The accountant's doing everything.
Yes.
So that's
He's
casting matters so much. Arthur just looks great in what he's doing. Danny with the shaved head, and he's got the big eyes that are just lit up all the time like saucers. So that's been really awesome in these 3 episodes that we've done so far. What I liked is we finally saw here in episode 3, Tommy broke down just for a little bit in his own room when nobody was around and nobody could see. He let it out just a little bit, but otherwise, man, the guy's like total blank, nothing there, just keeps it all in tight, doesn't talk, just like he was telling Grace in the bar, like, hey, that's what men do. They don't talk. And she's like, maybe they should. So a neat little interaction. When she said that to him, it was almost, I gotta suspect that with as good as Tommy is and how they've been running this operation, it just seems, well, granted, now his head is in different places than the way that I'm looking at it, but it's like, new barmaid shows up in town, very attractive, can sing incredibly well, can make people cry with her singing, is a very good listener, very good at talking, very smooth. All of a sudden, somebody that he was talking with shows up, Dunzo, and it's just, she approaches Tommy differently than anybody else. And I just wonder how many episodes is it going to take before he either puts it together or B, starts to fall for it. I think those are the one of 2 ways that it's going to go.
I think it's going to be both.
And it's going to be interesting when it happens because, she has her own loyalties that I think go above Campbell and what he's asking her to do. It seems like this is something she would want to do even if Campbell didn't ask her. So that part is really fascinating. You almost get like a cat and mouse feel, kind of like we had in Breaking Bad a little bit, where we know people's ulterior motives and they're going around trying to act like they're not, and you're just waiting for somebody to get caught or slip up or say the wrong thing, because you've got to keep that act going 24/7. You can't slip up. So I love that cat and mouse game. The brutal beatdown scene in the bathroom, that was something else. Taking part of an ear off to get some attention. That was right up there. But I think what it shows is that Tommy is willing to go through with a level of brutality that maybe Other folks aren't, at least that we've seen so far, right? So I think when you're just willing to rule with that iron fist and go further than anybody else will, it kind of makes you the top dog. Plus, he's plugged in with all the information. He's getting the information from his contacts that he calls the gypsies, about the Lees, about when they're going to hit and what they're trying to do. Well, they seem to be pretty much taken care of. I can't imagine they're going to try to retaliate on the Peaky Blinders. So this has just been a phenomenal 3 episodes. It feels like so much more. I feel like I'm so in this world every time I watch it. Diamond Dave, you hit on it really big with the setting and the colors and the filtering of the images on the screen. And it's just, man, it just sucks you right in. I love it.
Yeah, with that, it really made the red pop, whether her dress or even the handkerchief to really,
just her hair, like,
and then
her hair was, like, glowing.
Yep, and we saw, when she then took out an IRA guy.
No wonder she got spotted. It's like trying to tail a guy in a yellow Hummer.
Yeah, she's walking through one of the dirtiest streets ever, just looking fabulous, amazing, glowing. Like, someone spotted her. Really? How could they have done that? But yeah, that was, we didn't get too much Sam Neill in this episode, but very important with what he saw, because he had to, let her know that, hey, I know he was an IRA agent, and she's not a big fan of the IRA, as we found out. So, like, yeah, she had to save herself because I think she was probably made by that guy. He knew, he probably had all intentions of telling, Tommy, hey, you got a rat in there.
Just more than Tommy. It was,
everybody. Yeah,
he's probably gonna,
And so we had that whole thing going on. So then she took him out, and then we had Tommy where he had his dream, and then it seems where he was back in the war, and they're in that tunnel. And then he kind of let his guard down with Danny, and I think it's only right that he does with him because they were there together, and I think that's how it's going to maybe be for him to be able to talk about that stuff. But
Danny and Freddie are the only ones who can understand.
I don't think though that was Freddie in there. I thought they called him a different name when they were down in that tunnel. That it wasn't Freddie, it was somebody else.
Maybe we'll have to check. Because the guy got hit in the chest, so that's why I was like, holy cow,
that's why I'm not sure if that's Freddie or
maybe
not.
It wasn't, but
let us know in the comments.
Either way.
But yeah, as we saw though, he said that he's looking at the wall and he hears that same thing. And I mean, I obviously I've never been in that situation, but imagine like you can hear them speaking German on the other side. You can hear them clanking away at the rock, knowing that any second, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're right through. So I can see why he says every night, he stares at the wall and hopes that the sun beats it before that, but sometimes it doesn't. And he tried hiding his, as we found out, what was it, brown opium. He hid all of it one day.
Smoke, he calls it.
And Danny knew about it right away because he's like, I do it sometimes myself because I'm guessing that's the only way they can get away. And it looks so like Danny's in better shape mentally. I mean, maybe that knock on the head, like he did jokingly say, I think he thinks it helped him when he got knocked on the head when he was supposed to be taken out in episode 1. So maybe that's what Tommy needs, a good knock on the head. And but then we actually saw him too actually really kind of threaten Paul this one. She's like, oh, I'll make it all better, and Freddie just threw the money back and everything. So we still have that situation. It's like, dude, you need to realize you guys got to get out of here, or a whole lot of shit crumbles.
It's like I get the vibe that Tommy just wants to rip the Band-Aid off fast and get it over, and Paul tries to find ways around it. Oh, maybe I can do this different. Maybe if I do that different. And it's just like, no, there's one solution
for a right reason.
Yeah,
right?
The way she was running things is different, or they're more involved with heavy duty stuff now than what they were when she was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Paul didn't have crates of pieces lying around that she's trying to hide from the rest of the city, while they're off in France in the war. But I mean, 200 pounds and then ferry to New York. I mean,
to the
I mean that might have been fun to go. Who knows?
Take the trip.
Yeah.
Take the trip.
We've watched a handful of different shows on that channel over the course of, these last few years, where one of the themes that we keep coming back to when we do these reactions is how a show from episode to episode is able to carry on multiple storylines throughout the course of the show, keep it interesting, keep it engaging, not feel like it's getting too messy. And I think that's what we're seeing a continuation of in this series. Of course, we've got the situation with his sister. Look, that's just a whole mess with the marriage and the communists and all that. You have the situation, of course, with the new sheriff in town, Campbell, and what he has going on. Of course, now we see that Campbell's top sergeant is questioning him.
Yeah, that was quite entertaining.
And we got the story with him and Billy Kimber and the track, and then kind of along with that, him and what we can now guess might be a little bit of a love interest. So they have so much going on, his flashbacks. And it's interesting that they show, we know that he was in the war, and we know that, World War I was particularly brutal. That's not to say the others weren't, but the trench warfare, when you study up on it, and I haven't as much as I have World War II, but from the understanding of it, it was pretty awful. But they keep going back to that scene where it's like just the height of it, the anxiety of it all, right? And man, you want to talk about heightened anxiety, just that the whispering and the scraping and the tapping, and it's like
there's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go, and they looked like they were unarmed other than just, some knives and stuff like that, which is curious that they wouldn't be down there fully armed, but how many people are on the other side of that? Yeah, I mean, his constant, nightmares about that, all the flashbacks, we kind of go back and forth, dream sequence, flashbacks, kind of both, I guess. But again, the writing is just so incredible. It's so engaging. It feels like a show where, hey, this one's going to be an hour, and then 2 minutes go by and it's done. The acting all across the board from everybody is spot on. This one, of course, we got the big swerve at the end, where he came in and, you don't want to do this, and pretended like he was doing it in the best interest of Billy, this was another really solid episode. It's weird to think that we're already halfway through the first season. These are 6 episode seasons, right? Yeah, so it's crazy to think we're halfway through the first season, but I know we've got a half dozen of them to go through. So much more ahead for this story, but halfway into the first season, and this show is absolutely top notch for me.
Well, then why he said that too, he gains the trust of Billy and of her at the same time.
Yeah. Paul with the line of the episode so far was, "I'm twice the man you are, Freddie." That was great. Pop for that one. This whole episode, it was getting uncomfortable there at the end with Kimba and Grace for a second there, because man, I was like, okay, so either she is going to commit to the horribleness there and live to go another day, or she was like seconds away literally from the ending of Kimber
she had her hand in the purse, and it was going to be go time. It was going to be number 2 for Grace this episode.
And it was interesting seeing the shot just before with Tommy. Like, I don't know if he'll make the cut, but I did mention there, like, he is definitely feeling some regret right there, because obviously he wasn't going to do anything with Kimber's woman there, so to speak. So I didn't know how he was. I thought for sure he was just regretting it and eating it and just kind of burying it, and then was probably going to mention it somewhere down the road in later episodes. But lo and behold, came in, did the old that was definitely a great comedy spot there for them, and the way that he delivered it, and just the whole underlining of that whole thing. And like Grace said in the cart after, like, I started the day as this, and then I ended as this. So just funny stuff right there. Good job by Annabelle for delivering all that stuff. It was great. With the Freddy situation, man, that is going to get I don't even know how that's going to, I just think it's going to end real bad. It may not even be this season. Whenever it does come to a halt, it's probably going to be really bad. Right now, I feel like Thomas is someone you don't threaten, and now he has the the right-hand man of Campbell doing some kind of threats to Tommy with
Sergeant Moss.
Sergeant Moss regarding his sister, who is obviously pregnant. So I'm sure Thomas is really considering all of what he needs to do real hard about protecting not only his sister but the soon-to-be child there. And then Freddie, you know, their dynamic, we got to see a little bit more of that tunnel. The dynamic between Freddie and Thomas, obviously we don't have all the information just yet of how they are in this kind of hatred. But I hope the way they're doing this, they keep giving us a little bit by each episode. So I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what it was, because obviously he got tagged in that tunnel by what they showed us here. So
that was Freddie in the tunnel that got shot, right?
That's who I saw.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I wasn't sure when we were chatting about it.
So I don't know. Obviously, something after that moment. I mean, that was an incredible moment that those guys had, together in that horrifying situation back when it was in the war, right? So obviously they share that together, but from there, it had to be after that moment.
Yeah, because they knew each other as kids and everything.
Yep, they've talked about right there about the swimming,
jumping down and swimming across.
Yep, and the long game here for the Peaky Blinders with Kimber is going to be interesting, because I'm surprised nobody didn't see Arthur with the blood, when they were throwing in the bags and then boom on the table. Episode was great. Looking forward to seeing what we get in episode 4 now, because they're really doing a good job of raising the tensions now. And it feels like we're starting to get in each episode that build of urgency now.
Yeah, that cat and mouse.
Each one, yep.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I find interesting that I'm kind of wondering about is everything that Tommy is doing and the Peaky Blinders and everything they're doing, is that just kind of a side story to what is eventually going to meet coming to a head with Freddie and the communists? Now, I'm torn because, one, I don't think it will, because all we've seen Freddie doing is, essentially doing what looks like some union talks, right? We're going to strike at the factory. He doesn't seem to have any, we haven't seen any real muscle. We haven't seen any real violence out of what they've been doing. The cops want him out of there because they're communists, but aside from who they are and what they represent, we haven't seen Freddie, and he doesn't even really seem to have a crew that we've been introduced to. So that's why I was kind of wondering if it was going to eventually lead to a blow up between Thomas and Freddie. But I don't think Freddie's got the horsepower to do it. He doesn't seem like he's on his level that way. So I don't know if Freddie's going to get taken out this season, because I can't imagine many men have pulled the gun on Tommy and have lived to talk about it, regardless of their friendship. So it's going to be real interesting to see how that plays out. And I'm just wondering what direction it goes if we see Freddie maybe grab some power later on somehow, some way. I don't know. But it's definitely going to be a wild ride.
Well, and then with Grace too, real quick, this chair keeps sinking. With Grace, her first MDK.
Yeah, and she almost had to do 2 of them.
Almost had to do 2. But I'm still kind of wondering if it was actually her first, or if it was, which most likely is, right, because of the way she acted after. But I'm almost wondering too if it was a first in a different situation where she was actually in a tussle for her life versus maybe something else. But that's just me kind of playing 2 cards there. But it was interesting that we got to come back to her in that emotional spot too, to kind of get that, hey, this is probably my first.
Yeah, I gotta believe.
And then it was going to be easy peasy on Kimber.
Yeah,
so.
Right there on the pool table, just right through the roof.
Part of me kind of wanted that to happen to see, because then wildness would happen after that.
The accountant walks in and says, don't worry, I'll get another guy.
Yeah, I'll get another face of the company.
I gotta believe at some point we're gonna get some backstory on Grace. She's way too big of a character.
When they mentioned something about her father too, right?
That her father was taken out by that.
Yeah, right? And with the relationship with Campbell and everything. So I gotta believe we're gonna get at least some backstory on her.
That's why Campbell said, you can't let your personal vendetta cloud your judgment, which is what he said right away. So this is gearing up to be really good, so hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.